So this live should have gone out yesterday, but the weather had other ideas. With the storms, the recording, the live wasn't actually practical because there was so much noise and the risk of power cuts and things as well. So that sort of got me thinking really, and changing the subject of the live to come out today, because we're constantly told to have goals, we're told to make plans, we're told to be consistent, and yeah, really good advice. But then sometimes things don't cooperate. Life happens. Quite frequently life happens, probably more and more nowadays life happens because we're so bombarded with things. So what happens to the plan then? Because sometimes that ability to adapt, though, is just as important as that ability to plan. So that's the subject of the live today. And as always, we're going to be doing a little bit of a 10-minute or so live hypnosis session, group hypnosis session, based on exactly that, based on adapting, based on being able to change the plan if need be, but still keep on track with things ultimately. I'm Steve Woods. I am a hypnotist. I've been doing it for over 21 years now. And if you do want to get in touch with me, because this goes out to multiple platforms as a live, I may not see any messages or comments while I'm actually live. But if you do need to get hold of me, I will come back and look at the comments if there are any as well. But if you do need to get hold of me, best bet is to message me or to Google me, and then we can you can find my website and fill in a form on there to make contact with me. So lots of ways to contact me, but say just to be aware that I may not actually see any comments today while we're on the live. So let's talk about this. Often we think about things in absolutes. I see this a lot with weight loss work, really, where people say, you know, I went on a diet and I was doing really well, but then something happened, I had a bad day, and that was it. You know, they think that because they maybe missed a training session, or maybe had a bad round of golf even, that's it. That's the way it's always going to be. And to some degree, you are training your mind, but actually we can change that. Business plans. You know, I've been working a lot on some business planning over the last couple of weeks, and if you go off track from that, is that an absolute failure, or can we adapt and can we make use of it, and can we bring it back to what we're actually doing? So habits as well, you know, breaking habits, again, a bit like the weight loss thing. If I've broken my habit, does that mean that I've failed? Do I give up on it? Well, actually, no, because what we want to do, we want to be able to be flexible, and we want to be able to keep that goal, because we should all have those goals, we should all have those targets, that direction. Got a bit off track. Yeah, we've got to have that point where we're navigating to, like when we go somewhere nowadays, we put the destination in our car, in our phone, and then we know where we're going. A bit like that in life. So we still got to keep that, but sometimes there are roadworks along the way. There's construction works along the way, and so we have to adapt. We have to go round those. We have to make our way around those. And generally, if we're very focused on the goal, actually, that going round them can be really quite, not necessarily easy, but sometimes quite simple to do. We just have to allow it to happen, and sometimes rather than trying to force it to happen as well. So often we create a story as well, of course, when things go wrong. I do meet people who say, you know, oh, nothing ever goes to plan, always happening to me, blowing it now, typical thing to happen when something hasn't gone quite to plan. And of course, again, that internal language, that self-talk, that we are the story we're telling ourselves, then actually we are compounding that. And we're telling that to everybody as well. That's the other side of it. So we're continually repeating that, oh, nothing ever goes right, just my luck, and those sorts of things. So quite often, though, these things are really short-lived. That sudden break in the plan, that sudden change of things can be so short-lived, but we can make it last longer, because actually we're replaying it, we're reliving it, we're telling everybody all about it, as we just said. So yeah, it can be, we definitely make things a lot worse. The 80-20 rule we often hear about, you know, it's either 80% or 20%. The belief is, the talk is, they say, whoever they are, must be very important people, but they say that we make things 80% worse than they really are. Do we? I don't know, but we definitely do make things worse than they are. And I've been guilty of that as well in the past. And even now, I sometimes have to catch myself and go, actually, is that, you know, what did really happen there? And that's the key. it's about being mindful. It's about being aware and being able to just check in with yourself and go, okay, so how do I feel? What was that thing that really happened? What really happened though? Not just what I thought happened. What really happened? Just stop a moment and look at it and then go, okay, what can I do next? Or for a start, it's often about the reset. It's about putting that thing to one side and going, okay, learn from it, analyze it, quickly learn from it, but then in your mind, almost putting it to one side. And that's what we'll talk a little bit about today in the live as well, where you're actually moving those things, because our mind loves to see images. It loves to see things, see us doing things. So if we visualize taking that thing, that failed thing out of our head and going, right, okay, let's put it over there out of the way, actually it makes a big difference to us as well. So resetting quickly can make a difference, resetting effectively as well. So again, getting back on with that, that track, that good track of things, easy for me to say. So examples, linking maybe something to something else. And we hear this quite often as well. You hear people say, you know, if you're making phone calls, let's say you're doing prospecting, every no is nearer to the next yes. And that's absolutely true, but we lose sight of that when we're getting lots of no's. On the golf course, being able to think, well, actually, whether it's a bad shot or not, actually the next shot's the most important one, because I can't change that past shot. But again, we get too hung up on, well, I don't want to do that again. That's typical, always happens on the fifth hole and all those things, always end up in the water. And you know, even when it's those bigger life disruptions, thinking about, okay, again, that step back and go, how do I feel? Do I need to feel this way? What really happened? And then that next decision as well, to be able to move forward. So that brings us really to actually doing a little bit of work. So I don't think I said at the very beginning, for this part, you just need to make sure that you're ideally sitting comfortably, somewhere where you're okay to close your eyes. So not driving, of course, not operating machinery or doing anything that might be a danger to yourself or anyone else around you. I'm going to talk you through in a second a nice relaxation, a progressive relaxation, head to toe type relaxation, get you to go to a really nice place. And then we'll do some practical things around just making those changes, around being aware of something that's happened, pausing a moment, letting go of it, reassess and moving forward, and just do a bit of practice around that, probably about 10 minutes or so, so just so you're aware, and come back and do it on the replay as well. Excuse me, because this will exist wherever you're watching this. It will exist after this live, so you can come back and do that section. So sitting comfortably, you can do it laying down as well, but ideally sitting. Just, I think it helps to keep a bit more awareness when you're laying down. You can drift a bit easier, and we want to keep that focus. So sitting nice and comfortably, hands just resting comfortably, feet can be reclined, you can be have your feet on the floor, is fine either way. And then when you're ready, closing your eyes and starting to think about the little muscles that are in your cheeks, those muscles in your face, imagining those muscles relaxing. Allowing those muscles to get soft, to get lazy, to get heavy. You might tense them up, let them go. You might just imagine them soft and relaxed and comfortable. There really is, of course, no wrong way for you to do this. Whatever way you do this is absolutely right for you. As your eyelids are relaxing, those eyelids getting nice and lazy, nice and heavy, nice and relaxed. Those eyelids so lazy, so heavy, so relaxed now that you don't want to, but even if you did want to, you just wouldn't be able to open your eyes. That's good. And taking that feeling from behind your eyes, letting it move up over your forehead, up over the top of your head, down the back of your head, down into your neck, down into your shoulders. It's a wonderful, wonderful warm band of relaxation, relaxing every nerve, every muscle, every fiber as it moves. As every deep breath, every firm beat of your heart now, helping to slow things down as you allow that feeling to continue to move, moving down through your arms, from your neck and your shoulders, down through your arms, down into your lower arms, all the way down to your hands, all the way down to your fingers. Same feeling then, moving down through the center of your body. Again, every nerve, muscle, fiber is relaxing, getting lazy, getting heavy. Feeling right down through the center of your body, down and into your legs. Right down through your legs, down into your lower legs. And all the way down to your feet. And from your feet, just letting that feeling escape into the floor, into the air, depending on where your feet are. And noticing that next great wave of relaxation, head to toe, following it down. And starting to think about a wonderful place, a perfect place. This place can be somewhere real, it can be somewhere imaginary, be somewhere you've been to, somewhere you'd like to go to. If you've done one of these before, you can go back to that same place. If you're doing this for the first time, go with whatever your mind gives you. That very first place it gives you, go with that place. Start to find yourself there. Start to be yourself there. Looking around, noticing the detail, letting that detail get better, clearer, brighter. Not worrying if that conscious part of your mind might sometimes wander to other thoughts, just momentarily, like in any conversation. If it does, just grab it, bring it back. Each time it comes back with more focus, more attention, able to stay focused for longer. Noticing the minutes in this place feel like hours today as you just let go. Never losing control, never giving up awareness, but just being able to let go now. Aware of the textures, those things in your place you can reach out and touch, things that you're naturally in contact with, sitting, standing, laying down in your place. Temperature, perfect. Even the sounds, even the smells, everything about it. Safe in the knowledge that if anything should happen that needs your immediate attention as you're listening to me today, you become aware and alert, able to give it the attention that it needs. And if anything should happen with the live or with the recording, if you're coming back for the replay, then again, becoming aware and alert and able to reconnect or wait for me to reconnect or to restart the recording, whatever needs to happen. But we don't need to worry about that right now, because right now I'm just going to count down from 10 down to 1, each number down, letting you step a level deeper, letting you sink a level deeper. Whatever that level is for you today, as you find your way into or back into that nice, relaxed, comfortable feeling. So starting at 10, feeling that step down to 9. Stepping down to 8. Every nerve, muscle, fibers relaxed and lazy and heavy. Stepping down to 7 and 6. Still enjoying that special place of yours, that perfect place, just sinking down deeper and deeper down. Stepping down to 5 and 4. Every out breath, letting you sink a little bit deeper into whatever it is you've chosen to rest on today as it gets softer and softer, more and more comfortable. Stepping down to 3 and 2. All the way down to 1, nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable, nice and calm. Just enjoying that wonderful place of yours, that perfect place. Just allowing yourself to be here. Just letting go. Noticing that calm, noticing that tranquility. Realizing that in hypnosis, when we visualize, when we practice, we rehearse something, it starts to feel very real. And because you're getting to that inner part of your mind, you're able to visualize, you're able to train your mind to practice, releasing the happy hormones, the great chemicals, really feeling good. So with that in mind, as you relax down even further, let's think about something. You've generally all got something that hasn't gone quite to plan recently. It's not about going back and reliving it. It's about just noticing how it made you feel. That analysis we talked about earlier on, that decision of how did it really happen? What really happened? Did it happen in a way that we remember it now? Or actually, because we've got that freedom to go back there, was it very different? Often it is. Did it last very long? That disruption, that thing that didn't go to plan. And then make a decision not to try and change it, because it's past. You can't change it. But what you can change is the way you felt about it, the way it affected you. You can make a decision to let go of frustration or anger or annoyance and notice how you could change that thought into what's next. What can I do from here? How can I learn from this and then move forward? You are rehearsing how to deal with those things in the future, those disruptions, whatever they might be. It's a positive experience. It's a happy experience because actually your focus is on the solution. Yes, we've noticed what that past event was. Absolutely. We noticed how it affected us. And then we've looked at it and done a reality check and gone, okay, was it how I thought it was? What really happened? Let's change now moving forward. And you're training your mind so that in the future, you'll have that ability, you'll have that confidence to stop when something's bothering you, something's breaking your plan or disrupting your day or upsetting you in some way, to stop and go, okay, what's really happened? How do I want to feel from this? How should I feel from this? Sometimes people like to think of it as being almost like an external advisor, where you're maybe watching this situation evolving on a film or on a video, and then you advise that other self of yours in the situation, well, actually, this is what you should do. Because we often lose sight of that input to ourselves when we're in the situation. We're completely absorbed by it sometimes. It can be quite emotional. So think about how you would advise that version of you that's in that situation, and being able to do that in the future as well. Being able to do that when you face future situations in a similar way. Feeling good, feeling calm, feeling confident. That confidence building up. Feeling good. And then grabbing those thoughts, grabbing those feelings, even from this short session, grab that learning and understanding and bring it back into your special place, your perfect place. Take a moment or two to soak those feelings in. Every cell, every part of you taking them on, every cell, every part of you smiling and happy, looking forward to actually being able to do this in the future. Yeah, it takes a little bit of conscious thought to notice how you're feeling, a little bit of a check-in, but every part of you, down to the tips of your toes, tips of your fingers, top of your head, remembering how to do this and soaking up those feelings. Because in a moment or two, as you relax in your place momentarily, going to count from 1 to 5. On the count of 5, and only on the count of 5, smile, you'll stretch, you'll open your eyes, becoming fully wide awake, fully alert, feeling really good, feeling really well. You'll feel as though you've just had that really good sleep. Not been to sleep just yet, though. Just been relaxed, just been hypnotized, just been highly focused. So when you do come back to being eyes open, having that great energized feeling, so as if coming back from a wonderful sleep. Subconscious mind remembers every moment, every instant of this session. Conscious mind as much as it would do from any conversation. And that's fine, because it's the subconscious, that inner mind, that makes the changes. Conscious mind is that quick check-in just to make sure that all is all is well, to check how you feel, definitely coming from the conscious mind. Generally feeling good, maybe even better than you felt for some time. So 1, feel a little less relaxed. 2, feel that surge of energy now through your body, whole body becoming energized as that energy level builds up. 3, take a deep breath of cool, clear mountain air, filling your lungs with life-giving oxygen. 4, feel cool, clear mountain spring water wash the backs of your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your throat. Your chest clear, your stomach's clear, and your head's clear. Your nose, your mouth, and throat's clear. Your eyes are bright and shiny. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. Nice stretch, nice smile. Welcome back. Welcome back from that short hypnosis session, but still giving you value. Say, come back and do it on the replay wherever you're watching this, because it will live here. So you can come back and just do that short section, because the more you do this, the more it becomes reality. If you do want to have a chat about anything, as say, message me through social media, search for Steve Woods Hypnotist. I'm at Steve Hypnosis on most social media platforms, so pretty easy to find. And you can message me, ask any questions, and happy to help, happy to advise. The strategy session link, in fact, if I go to the QR code, I can put a little QR code up there. There it is on that side. I always do that wrong, don't I? On that side, you can scan that QR code as well. That will book you one of my strategy sessions. Strategy session is a chat, it's a conversation. It's to learn more about what you want to achieve. Is it a hypnotizable thing? Because some things hypnosis can't help with. So learning about that, and then talk about a package, talk about what we could do, or individual sessions, and then it's entirely up to you. Then there's no obligation to actually do anything as well at that point. So I hope you've enjoyed this live. So feel free to comment, feel free to get in touch, and just take that opportunity to notice how you feel. Even outside of the hypnosis, just take that opportunity to stop several times a day. Just stop for a moment, whenever you can. Just stop for a moment and just go, right, how do I feel? Don't stop and put the telephone, don't stop and put your phone on. Just stop and do nothing and think to yourself, right, how do I feel? Is the disruption? Can I change that? Is it as it was? Think about how things really happened in that disruption, and then make that decision to move forward, to decide how best to feel. Anyway, take care. Have a great rest of your day or evening, depending on where you are in the world watching this, and look forward to seeing you again for the next live. Cheers now. Bye-bye.